What's up everybody, I'm the Man Goose, you are awesome, and it's time for the Road Back to Paragon, my monthly update video for any and all third-person Mobas that I feel can possibly give us a similar experience to playing our old cancelled favorite game. I do warn you that if you've been tracking all of these games closely, or you've been watching my weekly update vids, then all of this will be very redundant. I'll try to keep it as short and sweet as possible. Let's kick things off with Fault. Strange Matter burst onto the scene at the first of the month, displaying and playtesting their game Fault. Instead of going public during development, they stayed closed-lipped and didn't say anything until they had a playable version of their game. Strange Matter took a gameplay-first approach, leaving things like aesthetics and lore for later. The game features 11 playable heroes with a very unique and fun item system. You can currently sign up for the alpha on their website, which will be linked in the video description below. The focus for this month was to get some testers in, balance the hero numbers a little bit, and try to fix 99% of the bugs before releasing the game in its alpha state in December. Since they debuted the game, Strange Matter has been doing development live streams. They also added Sylphan as a game designer. You can see his work on his YouTube and Twitch. For the 2D art, they added Hot Mustard to help with UI elements. And they also picked up Ryan Red, who has a ton of experience with organizing competitive play and social media. They also added Forsaker, who has been creating highlight clips for their YouTube channel. It's been a little bit since I was able to hop on Fault, but from what I've seen and heard, the gameplay gets better and better with each patch, which is awesome because it was pretty damn good to begin with. The gameplay you've been seeing in the background is not mine, this is from my friend Windu the Mace. Mobas Studios this month has also been doing quite a few internal playtests to look for and iron out any bugs in Predecessor. They've also switched to Amazon Game Lift for better server management. Fringe has been hard at work on map design, creating an area that resembles Paragon's test map, and also making an entire Monolith style map alongside the far more legacy inspired map that they use now. Mobas has also added to the team this month. They picked up Oak Owl for sound design and music, and officially added Terriander, a 3D modeler whose work you've already seen with the design of their core, and the Scythe skin for Severog. This is a pretty big step. I don't know what exactly they plan to use his skills for, but the ability to create their own unique skins will certainly give Predecessor a leg up. I was able to get in on 2 playtests with Mobas this week. I played Gadget in one and Feng Mao in the other, and while there were a few bugs, the game felt great overall. Before anyone asks, yes, I went full attack speed Feng Mao and let it rip. Bad news from Undying Games this week as they announced a delay in their development. Many of their people and assets are located in Colombia, which has been experiencing protests, riots, and martial law. All of their people have checked in and are physically okay, however I imagine they are mentally rattled a bit. This is why you can't set a firm date for game release. No one could have predicted some shit like this happening. On the upside, they did participate in Extra Life, raising around $1,000 for sick kids in conjunction with other streamers like Riddick. As much as I like to give Riddick shit, he really is a good dude. They also released the voice lines for Dante, some new splash art, items, and some 2D art for their towers. Best of all, in my opinion, they showed off the Cyberpunk skin for Best Girl Malaya. Project Stamina, a developer currently working on creating a game similar to Gigantic, had me on their Patreon podcast called Second Wind this month. Many Paragon players found refuge in Gigantic after the game was cancelled, with many people actually preferring it. However, it too was soon cancelled due to corporate mismanagement. Out of all of these teams, Project Stamina seems to have the most realistic approach to sustaining the efforts of producing their game, with Patreon being a big part of that. They've been able to use that money to not only pay for many of the legal costs associated with game development, but were able to bring on the same sound design company that was used for Gigantic. Prime X, who I have not been able to cover nearly as much as the others, had some big news recently as they added Rocket Mania to the team. If you don't know who he is, he's the guy who, by himself, created a playable peer-to-peer version of Paragon long before anyone else. That's it for this month, folks. No news for Core or Phoenix Rising, but those guys are still alive, kicking, and working on their games. Hopefully, this video was useful and informative. Until next week, or next month, depending on which videos you watch, this is the Man Goose signing off. You guys have a good one. Man Goose!